Alright, here I'm going to try and provide you with some strategies for solving problems that involve patterns dealing with symbols. And these are very common in GA tests. Now it's very important to be able to look at these these patterns and figure them out quickly, because time is of the essence in an exam situation. So the first thing I would do is I would look at the outside shapes. Alright, so that's a circle, so I'm going to put a C in there. There's another circle, a C, and another circle, a C. Alright, so what have we got here? Triangle, put a T. Oops, that comes out. Alright, another triangle and another triangle. Okay, leaving us with a square. Alright, square. Alright, so you would already notice then we've got 3 circles, 3 triangles, and 2 squares, so we can be pretty sure this shape on the outside here is going to be a square. Now the reason we can be pretty sure of that is that we're looking at something that's called the rule of 3. Right, it's the pattern is running in threes, possibly because the grid consists of 9 spaces, which is 3 squared. Okay, the grids tend to be made up of 9 spaces. So a good rule of thumb is to be looking for patterns that run in threes. Alright, so now let's look inside the triangle first of all, and we'll see in the triangle we have a square. Inside the circle we have a square, inside this circle we have a triangle, and inside this circle we have a circle. So the same pattern is being replicated on the inside, alright, now with a filled in, a shaded color. Okay, so you need one of each shape on the inside as well. So if we look at the triangle again, yeah, we see we have triangle, circle, square. Alright, so if we return to our squares that we only have 2 examples of, so we know this is going to be a square on the outside. What will it be on the inside? We already have a square, we have a circle, so it's going to be a triangle. So the answer should be B. Alright, hopefully that makes sense to you. Now if I was doing this question, it wouldn't take me very long to figure that out. Right, it took about 2 minutes for me to explain to you what I was doing. But once you've done these problems a few times, you find they're always of the same type, just changing the variables. So yeah, you're looking for the patterns, you're looking for the symbols. Right, once you've identified that, they're not that difficult, these questions. All right, let's move on to another one then. All right, same question. Choose the figure that completes the grid puzzle. All right, so what I would do here is again try and identify the shape. Circle, we'll start with the circle. Alright, here's made up of circles. There's 2 circles this time, and here there's 3 circles. Alright, so I'd already be starting to think, alright, we've got going to have 3 distinct shapes. They're probably going to be even the same shapes that we had in the first problem, and now there's a pattern involving the number of the shapes. So there's 1, 2, 3. Alright, let's see what else we've got. We've got a triangle, T, 1 triangle. Do we have a shape that involves 2 triangles? Doesn't look like it, so we're already seeing what might be the answer. Alright, but we'll go through the entire process. There's 3 triangles, so there's not one with 2 triangles there. Alright, and here's a square, 1 square, 2 squares, 3 squares. So yes, I am fairly certain that the shape we need is, or the figure we need is going to be made up of 2 triangles. A isn't, there's B. B looks like it'll be the answer. So I go with B. Can't be D because that's 3 triangles, and we've already got one shape made up of 3 triangles. Alright, and that one didn't take so long to explain because I figure you already have got the gist of it. Alright, question 3. Choose the figure that completes the grid puzzle. Alright, we've got a line here, a line here. Alright, so the first time you do this, you might be looking at the numbers of the lines, and they're overlapping sometimes. Yeah, the overlapping is the important thing to notice here, right? Because there is no pattern with the numbers. All right, you go, there's 1 line, 1 line, 2, 1 line, 1 line, 2. Oh, I guess that's a pattern. So you know that this figure is going to be made up of 2 lines. But the actual pattern is that you overlap these 2 figures in the first 2. So got a vertical line here, then a horizontal line here, and here you'll see they overlap, right? So you overlap these two to get this. So diagonal, diagonal, overlap. All right, so we need this bigger line down the bottom, and we need it to be intersected by this line here. Which figure looks like that? It looks like D to me. So this is more of a pattern where you're sort of adding. All right, if these were numbers, you'd be saying this plus this equals this, this plus this equals this, and so on. All right, the fourth one. All right, we're dealing with die here. All right, so we got 3, 2, 1. Descending pattern, perhaps. 2, 4, 1. All right, well, that's not the same pattern. 5 something 2. All right, let's go down now, and now I begin to see a pattern. All right, 3 plus 2 equals 5. 1 plus 1 equals 2. 2 plus 4 equals 6. So I'm going to think that the answer is C there. Right, so that one is basically, again, an addition type of problem. All right, so you could easily change this to be a subtraction problem by saying that was 3 take away 2, and then that would be 1. But then that wouldn't make sense in that column, because that'd have to be a negative number, which you can't have on the face of a die. All right, one more. Choose the figure that completes the grid puzzle. All right, so I'd quickly look at the outside rhombus shape. That is black. It doesn't appear to be changing at all. All right, so that shape just appears to be a cosmetic feature of the problem. Let's look at the shapes on the inside. All right, what have we got here? We got a hexagon. Try and put a H there. Whoops, not letting me. All right. Well, I'll just mark that with the. So there's another hexagon and another hexagon. So there's 3 of those. Circles. There's 1, 2, 3. And what have we got left? A square. All right. So we'll go square. 2. So we can be pretty sure that this third one, as you've become more adept at doing these patterns, is going to be a square on the inside. And there's another little pattern going on the inside. There's some sort of lines. So in each shape, so we have a blank hexagon here, a blank circle. We already have our blank square. What are the other ones? Well, inside a circle, we have the vertical lines, right? And we also have that inside the hexagon. And we have horizontal lines at the corners of each shape. So we can be pretty sure we already have a square with the vertical lines. So I think we need a square with these horizontal lines, and that would make the answer B again. All right, so this video, it took us about 8 minutes to solve those 5 problems, but that's only because I'm trying to explain to you my methodology. I think once you've done these problems and you have a good number sense and you get used to looking for shapes and patterns, you'd probably want to be solving those 5 problems pretty quickly. All right, you wouldn't want to be spending more than probably 20 to 30 seconds on each problem, and it's quite possible once you know the strategies that you need to employ in dealing with them.